What's up, guys? So got here this morning and kind of tried to think through some of the things that I need to or want to get done today. So definitely want to get water in the tanks and get that cycling going. But before we got that all figured out, what I need to do is figure out my power supply deal. I'm going to tidy all that up. I'm going to get some cable management going, but you can see I got that end figured out, this end figured out with that tank not being there because that's basically my utility space. But I need to figure out these three rows of four here in the middle. Finding power strips is pretty hard right now. I've bought in Walmart out once. I'm going there right now. As soon as I'm done recording this to see if I can get some more of those power strips that I already picked up. But I'm not going to be able to do the power in the back the way that I want to exactly, but we need to get this done, need to move forward. These tanks are going to get cycled today, and I have never cycled 30 freshwater tanks before, but we're going to do it. That's what we're doing. So came here this morning, kind of put my head together and think through some stuff. I ended up putting another coat on the cash wrap section. This should be the last coat. We're going to get that framed out today too. So what we're doing today is we're going to fill and cycle the aquariums. I got water running in the back right now. Fill and cycle aquariums, cash wrap. So I'm going to run over to Walmart, pick up some power strips so I can get back here, finish setting up those tanks, get them all wired up. Then we'll go through and do some cable management. And that's what we're working on today. So let's get after it. All right, so went to the store and they didn't have the big power strip that I wanted. Even the one that I would have been okay with using didn't have that one either. So I have a power strip that is not ideal for those last 3 runs of 4 or 4 runs of 3. 3 runs of 4. 3 runs of 4 freshwater tanks, and basically what we're going to do is have all the power strips put in place for the heaters, and then I'm going to have to make things work for the lights. But needless to say, that's not stopping us. We're getting this done today. So found these guys. These are 6 outlet power strips. And I bought one because I did not have 2 of those. And cable management. So that's what we got at the store. And let's get cracking. So I had a pretty tough moment today. I was trying to get a pump to connect to a hose, and the only hose that I could find for the shop that was long enough was a garden hose. It wasn't a food grade, but it's for the freshwater, so I'm not really that worried about it. I definitely would not use that for the saltwater. Sorry, but it just wasn't working the way that I wanted it to work, and had a moment. I know that I've been pushing myself pretty hard. You know, every day I'm here. Every day I'm working. Every day I'm putting in 12, 13, 14-hour days, plus recording these videos. Even though a lot of it's just me talking, but I need, a moment of reflection. And I appreciate you guys for listening. But I had a pretty bad moment, probably the most angry I've been in a very, very long time. And I looked down before I blew my top and said, I need help. I need help. Collected myself, did what I needed to do, reattached it. I took the whole thing apart, put it back together, and about 5 minutes after it started working, my kids showed up, my other half showed up, and they helped. It's pretty awesome. So I'm sure you can hear it in the background. Maybe you can't. This is a shotgun mic. Usually they capture sound forward, but I'm sure that you can hear what's going on in the background. I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second. So I was concerned about that pump and its ability to actually be able to push air through the entire system. I'm going to tell you right now, that pump has no problem pushing air to all 30 20-gallon tanks. I actually turned down the first 2 sections, and literally water was like blowing out of the tanks, and I had to very quickly go through and make adjustments so that water wasn't spilling out of the tanks. So not only did I get the water in the tanks, I got everything set up. All the lights are on, all the heaters are installed. They're not turned on yet, but they will be. Plugged the pump in, everything went. I just kind of stopped recording, taking film. 1, because family is here, and 2, I just needed to chill out for a minute. But I can't tell you, by this very simple thing, how accomplished I feel right now. I still got a ways to go. I still got a lot to do. But this was a pretty huge thing to come together. There's things that I like about this setup. There's things that I absolutely hate about this setup. But let's take a look at it. So the tanks, they have different substrate in all of them. I'm hoping the sound picks up all right. And I'm not going to get too close to the tanks because I don't want that to take away from me talking. I got a very low voice and a lot of bass anyway, so it's kind of hard for people to hear me sometimes. But all the tanks have water in them. All of them have the pump going. I have put in a conditioner, even though that I do have RO water in these tanks. And I'm also going to be putting the bacteria in tonight, as well as the ammonium chloride. So I'm going to be cycling all 30 tanks tonight, or at least starting the cycling process. We're going to be using Dr. Tim's One and Only. That's a product that I've used for forever. Not sponsored by them in any way. It's a product that I believe in and I use quite often. We're going to be using Dr. Tim's One and Only for freshwater tanks. We're going to be using the ammonium chloride and doing the correct dosage. We'll go through, dose all the tanks. I'm going to let them run overnight. We'll obviously shut off the lights, but we'll come back in tomorrow and we'll take a look, do a little test. I do have some freshwater test kits that I can do the cycling, store use them out, and test the water and see how it goes. So to go from complete anger, like rage, it wasn't even anger, it was rage. Things not working right, and just taking a minute, asking for help, and the family showing up, to this right here. I am incredibly happy, even though I do have a long ways to go with where we're at. So I'm going to get through. I'm going to start dosing these tanks up. That's going to do it for today's video. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This one, I don't know if it's short or long or what it is. This day's really gotten away from me. But thank you for being a part of this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for One Take Sunday. Peace.